Thank you very much for joining me. How you been? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Back. Steve Renazizi. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. Steve Renazizi. Lit. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. Steve Renazizi. What's the odds? What's the odds?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's What's the Odds? Steve Renazizi here, your favorite podcaster in the sloppiest of natures, joined by Brenton Biddlecombe, Lucas Hurl, the fucking Buffalo Boomtown boys, here to talk more sports, betting, pop culture. Halloween, happy Halloween. This is our Halloween episode. I should have put something on, like a wig or something. Are you guys dressing up for Halloween? And you have anything to do?
Yeah, we're going to a party. Her coworker's having a house party.
What are you guys going as?
She's going to be a mummy, and I'm going to be Brendan Fraser in The Mummy.
And this was, I assume, completely her idea, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And you had nothing to do with buying the costumes or any of that. Nothing. You're just going to be put into the costume.
I'm just in the costume, and I'm going to be a good husband.
Yep. Lucas, I assume you're going as an adult. You'll probably be doing Comedy Store stuff, so you're not going to dress up.
No, I was thinking the Dahmer, but everybody's doing Dahmer this year.
You know what's
It's really fucked up.
It really kind of is. And my wife said something came home from the school that this year they're not going to allow kids to dress up. And word on the street was it's because 99.9% of the kids wanted to go as Dahmer. And so they just kind of put the kibosh on it this year. Now, that being said, Jackson, my oldest, was like, I mean, I don't care what I go as, but this is a funny costume. I could easily do Jeffrey Dahmer. And I was like, all right, well, maybe we'll see. Let's not. We don't know how these things age, so
I mean, what is Dahmer other than just putting on a pair of Tripoli glasses and wearing a shirt?
That's the thing, dude. Number one, it's easy.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's affordable. And let's be honest, Dahmer wasn't the worst looking guy. So it's not like you're going as like, Hitler wasn't the best looking guy. He was, he almost looked like Nebuchadnezzar.
Well, no one ever dressed up as Charlize Theron as Monster.
No,
she looked like garbage.
Yeah, she was monster. I mean, she was so ugly that Charlize Theron, just a beautiful woman, won an Academy Award just basically by making herself so fucking ugly. But look, Ted Bundy was a good-looking guy, and nobody really. It's maybe it's the Midwestern charm of Dahmer. Mm-hmm. He's not like classically handsome like Bundy was. But he has something about him where you're like, this guy isn't the worst.
No, and I was thinking if I was going to do the costume, part of it would just get a Polaroid camera and ask people to take pictures. Because that was his move. I don't know if you've seen the Netflix series, Brenton.
I don't have any interest.
Okay.
You're not going to watch the Netflix series? It's really, I mean, look, it's just
no. I don't have any interest. That's fine.
Right. Okay.
He's a fucking disgusting human being, and it's weird that everybody is so obsessed with him.
We've touched a nerve in Brenton's world here.
I just think it's weird. That's all. It's just not my thing. I don't want to be creeped out.
That's fine, dude. We won't bring it up anymore. We won't say that.
You do you. You want to dress up like a serial killer? You do you.
No, I'm not
going as a pretend Brendan Fraser character before he got fat.
That's fine. But what if you encounter some Dahmers at your party? What's your reaction going to be? Are you going to shun them?
I got a gun.
Okay.
And I fight for freedom. I fight for good.
I hope you do end up fighting a fucking cannibal Dahmer at a Halloween party. If this happens, can someone please get video evidence of Brenton in a mummy costume fighting a Jeffrey Dahmer costume person? I would love to see that. So Halloween, happy Halloween, everyone. So That's a nice little distraction. I don't know what I was talking to Brenton before we started this. I don't know to start with the positive or the negative. The positive or the negative. I'm trying to be positive because the positive, right?
Yeah.
The negative, I'll always have time for the negative. It's like, do I worry about the fact that the Yankees are an abysmal organization with a litany of excuses as to why they just got fucking demolished? And the fact that I went to game 4, sat through the non-rain delay, paid the triple the amount of prices, the gouge fees and all that bullshit, brought my son, and then witnessed a disaster. Again, let's not start there. Let's start with the fact that, I mean, we have 2 of the top 5 football organizations right now in the NFL. Power rankings wise, record wise, it's unbelievable.
That Jacksonville game was incredible. And I mean, to your point, when we were talking before, I didn't realize the Giants have been on the road a bunch, but man, the ball really bounced their way that game. I mean, the ETN fumble out of the end zone in the second quarter. You had penalty after penalty when the game should have ended, and it just kept going. And then the tackle on Christian Kirk at the half-yard line at the end. I mean, my God, you won that game, but that had to have been, as a Bills fan, knowing what that used to feel like, that had to have been very stressful.
We were listening to the last 4 minutes of the game because we were driving into Yankee Stadium. So not watching, listening, but on the radio is still pretty cool. The call on the radio is great because you're like, pass complete at the goal line, and he's stopped. And you're like, what? Stopped? Like, did he get in? Was there is there going to be a replay? And obviously seeing it later on, it was like, oh, it wasn't like a replay situation. It was just a great tackle made at the perfect time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is what is happening, which is why, again, it's like, I'm not out here being like, nothing can stop us, we're all the way up. There's no bravado that goes along with this.
No, but you're winning close games, and that's what really matters. And that's a sign of a good team that is well coached. And Daniel Jones is playing like a guy who isn't going to lose you the game. He's playing very solid football.
Little stat for you. Ready for this? The 2-4 Raiders have lost to their opponents by a combined 16 points. Okay. 2-4. The Giants, 6-1, have beaten their opponents by a combined 17 points, I believe.
That's coaching.
That's the difference of close games. And, now that being said, I think the Raiders go on a run and make the playoffs. But what I'm saying is, that's how different
from Twitter, and it's not about Elon Musk. This was tweeted out yesterday. So I made sure I saved this, and I'll put this out on the Instagram. Patrick Mahomes put this tweet out at 1:29 p.m. yesterday, local Kansas City time. New Call of Duty drops tonight, and it's a bye week. And then he tagged MVS, Juju, Kelsey, and Mecole Hardman. So I think that division is very much up for grabs because they're going to be too busy playing Call of Duty to really study up their next opponent during this bye week. And this is the beginning of the end for Kansas City. I'm calling it right now.
Now, look, dude, you can't just throw the Call of Duty umbrella over everybody. Okay, you
Steve,
demolish Kyler Murray's reputation.
We are at an age where you want your quarterback to be a degenerate gambler like Michael Jordan was, not somebody that's playing video games till 5 a.m.
Listen. Your Call of Duty thing, I find.
There's
all these guys play video games.
Not,
they grew up playing video games.
I know, but he's not laser focused.
Sure. Okay.
Josh Allen's already through the bye week. He's gonna come out of this. We're gonna see on Sunday. He doesn't play Call of Duty.
Wait till Josh Allen finds out about the internet. He probably doesn't even know about the internet yet, Josh Allen.
No.
He grew up in North Dakota?
No, he grew up in Northern California. And he went to school, but he went to college in Wyoming.
Oh, I thought he grew up in North Dakota, like in the woods. Anyway, look, everyone loves to play these video games. They're all going to do it, especially on their couple days off. Fucking fat Andy Reid's got to clean up some mess at home. So, yeah, I'm sure he gave the guys a couple days off. Everyone's going to hang out. They're going to play Call of Duty. And who are they playing next week? It probably doesn't even matter. Is it the Raiders?
That'd be exciting if it was. Let's see.
I mean, it really doesn't matter. They're probably going to be favorites.
Yeah, they will be, and they should be. I'm half joking, but
yeah,
it's
but the
fun
Call
to
of Duty
theorize.
thing is it's a concern, I'm sure, for all these fucking guys.
They're hosting
the front
Tennessee
office.
on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, they'll probably end up whooping Tennessee's ass. But look, the Giants, again, they are not the most talented team. They are not. They are making the plays when they have to, which, let's be honest, that's 90% of sports.
Yeah.
If we've learned nothing, and I'm not going to get into it yet, by the Yankees and baseball, doing your job, showing up when it counts is 90% of sports. Making the tackle on the 1 yard line when the game is on the line, fundamentally sound the way you'd practice it, hopefully time after time after time, to the point where it's just ingrained in your mind. Doing that makes the situations when they come down to it a little simpler. And the Giants have accomplished that. They're not overpowering. They're not going to blow anyone out. I cannot foresee maybe Houston, I thought Jacksonville and them were going to put some decent, I thought we'd be in the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
But the Giants got a good defense. When it's decent. There are no tremendous playmakers. There's no one that you have to like X and O out and figure out. There's no Micah Parsons, but they together as a unit, they are playing well. And whatever Wink Martindale's doing, he's got them playing together as a unit well. They bend and they don't break so far. So everyone hasn't been asked to do more than what they are capable of doing. We haven't asked Daniel Jones to go out and, throw for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. We don't need Saquon to run the ball 40 times and, get 3 touchdowns. And we don't need the defense to hold them to nothing. Everyone is kind of treading water and doing their job well. And all credit has to be given to the front office, Dable, who, again, like I said, if the Eagles don't go on he might not even be the best fucking coach in the goddamn division. So we haven't run into the one team we ran into talent-wise that was tremendously more talented than us. Obviously, the Packers are not more talented. I mean, they're fucking done. They're done.
I don't know. Aaron Rodgers says he's going to expose Buffalo on Sunday.
We can get into later on as to who has a better chance of making the playoffs, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. Tom Brady, we'll get to that in a minute. But as far as the Giants are concerned, again, I watch every week, cautiously optimistic. But, and there's a reason why we're not ranked, second behind the Bills or this is a thing where the Giants should be disrespecting teams they're not better than. The Giants are not better probably than, 5 or 6 teams that are in the AFC, but they're probably ranked over them because of their record. And that's okay for right now. As Bill Parcells said, you are as good as your record says you are. And right now I'm happy with the way things are going. I mean, we can go 400-500 for the rest of the year and still get 10 wins, I think.
Did you think that you were going to be 6-1? Was there even like an inkling?
6-1?
Yeah.
Dude,
not a chance,
I tell
right?
you? I asked to be competitive.
Yeah.
Which by my standards is we've been competitive in every single fucking game. Even the one loss we were still competitive in. I'm not dumb. I know that I'm the first person to say we shouldn't have lost a couple of these games. We should have probably even lost on Sunday, but we didn't. And so therefore we are competitive because we and that is all we've ever looked for. We understand the talent is not there to go on a fucking Bills run or a fucking, a Chiefs run, which by the way, we gave up some of our talent to the Chiefs.
That was Joe correcting a mistake from the previous regime. I think it's brilliant. You should never have spent a first-round draft pick on Kadarius Toney. No one else was looking at him there. And you get a 3rd and a 6th back for a guy that's played, a quarter and a half of good football?
Bro, this Brian Dable is the best thing that's happened to us in fucking 20 years. And since Eli Manning
But it was
came onto
Joe.
the
It was
Giants.
Joe Schoen that made the move, or what's his last name?
Whoever Schoen made the Schoen.
Yeah.
These two guys are working like
give him a
Batman
little
and
credit
Robin
too. The
again,
guy learned
okay?
from Bean, and he's
They
making
are
Bean-like moves. That was brilliant. You're getting 2 back for a guy that was just never going to play again.
get rid of and what he's doing, what I give him credit for, is he's truly evaluating. He's not just going, those are Gettleman's guys, these are not my. He's given Daniel Jones not only a chance to show us what he has, being able to develop comfortably without having to, run for his life half the fucking time, and confidence. Winning breeds confidence. So these guys are a little more confident. They have a little more of an edge when they walk in the room. So all of that being said, he's doing the same thing on the other side. He's looking at Kenny Golladay going, this ain't my guy. This guy is not our guy.
Is he going to come back though? Is he practicing?
Who gives a fuck? But it doesn't matter, dude. I'd rather have the guy that Dable says is our guy than the guy that everybody else thinks should be our fucking guy. That's the point I'm making.
I still want to see him one more time.
Great. Maybe he plays, maybe he doesn't. I don't give a fuck. If Dable doesn't want to play him, then I don't give a fuck about Kenny Golladay. I don't give a fuck about Tony. Tony played 2 snaps for us this year. So maybe he goes on and he plays, all pro caliber for Andy Reid and Kansas City. And that's how he ends up. And he's got the talent. I've seen it. We all watched it on the fucking tape when he got drafted. Electric stuff out of Florida. I've seen nothing and that's a health thing. And I wish him well. And I don't wish him poor health, but good luck, Kansas City, because the guy's made of paper. You just traded for a guy who's made of paper. And 2 so picks. That's a shot. 2 picks.
2 picks on a team with not a lot of cap space.
And look, I don't know if this is going to be the year. Like they're doing so well that they probably are having conversations like, hey, should we push the envelope and give up 2 picks for DJ Moore and then try to talk Odell Beckham into coming back to New York and giving Daniel some weapons for the playoffs? Or are they going like, look, dude, let's just continue to ride this wave, stockpile our picks, and then after this year's over, we have an opportunity to make some decisions based on all options available, not just what we backed ourselves into a corner to, with a receiver that might be okay right now, DJ Moore, but might not be in the long-term plans. Whatever. I have trust in these guys. I have faith in these guys. And if they want to go to try to win something this year and make a run at it, then let them go for it. But I don't think they expected to have these conversations. Are we buyers or sellers at the trade deadline? Because it's been that this is a whole different world for us. So
yeah,
I'm happy, dude.
Feels like you're 3 years ahead of schedule.
Yeah, and it's not like you see those teams like look at the Bengals last year. They were ahead of schedule, but you could see like unbelievable talent at the quarterback position, at the wide receiver position, at the running back position, at certain defensive spots. So, you could see like generational talent. Like we don't have that much of that. Like Daniel Jones is not a generational talent. Saquon Barkley may very well be, but again, it's a position that's a tough person to have, generational talent in. So it's not like we're going to make a leap and go off and win the Super Bowl this year. I would love it, but I just can't possibly see it happening.
I know, but I don't think you can count them out completely.
No, not at all, dude.
NFC
we're going to make the playoffs.
Open. The four best teams in the NFC right now from last year have losing records.
Yeah. By the way, the Giants and the Seahawks are the only matchup in the NFL with 2 teams with winning records this weekend. How fucking unbelievable is that?
That can't be true, is it?
Yeah.
Look at the fucking records, dude. They are the only matchup.
No, it's true.
With both teams winning records. The Seahawks and the Giants. This is like Phil Simms and fucking Steve Largent days, bro.
That's crazy.
Because even when the Seahawks were great these last couple of years, the Giants fucking blew.
Yeah.
So we're in unprecedented times, bro. We are in different, strange days. I'm loving it because I happen to be on the right side of it this time. But it's not. I'm not like walking around like I got, money in my pocket already, because so far everything's worked out. The investments are working out. We've got smart people in front of it, but I'm still like, I know what we really are. And I'm waiting for that team to show up. And again, like I told you before we started, this could be the week, Bretton. This could be the fucking week that we blow it.
Mm-hmm.
And and you know why? They've gone on the road 3 of the 4 last weeks. The first week was in London. Then they went to Jacksonville. Then they went to the Packers. No, they played who else did they play on the road? They played somebody else on the road.
Packers were in London, Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville was on the road. The Bears. But no, they played them in Chicago or at home.
They had Baltimore at home.
And it must have been the Bears, I think, right? On the road.
London, and then it was where is it? You had Chicago. You had Chicago and Baltimore at home.
Well, look, they've been on the road a lot.
So 3 out of 5 weeks, but going from London 1 week and then a few weeks later going all the way to Seattle, that's not easy.
Yeah. So this could be a week, and Seattle's not the worst. They're playing pretty well.
Let me ask. So, do you think, based on how they're playing now, will they make a move with Saquon Barkley before the trade deadline?
No.
Or are they going to keep him and they're going to figure out a way to re-sign him?
No, they're going to keep him. And here's what I think should happen, or a version of this. They got to figure out. I don't know, dude. So far, up until this point, Daniel Jones is passing the Brian Daboll test as far as from what I can see. He's done what he's asked him to do. The turnovers have gone away. He's athletic. He's got more rushing yards than Najee Harris.
Mm-hmm.
So there are signs of life in this guy. Now, so you got a decision to make between him and Saquon. You got to figure out one of them. You got to franchise. So if it was up to me, I would franchise Daniel Jones, see another year out of him, right? And give Saquon a 2-year, $26 million deal. Or if you want to go reverse and give Daniel Jones.
But is Saquon going to want to take that? Saquon's going to go, look, I just led the NFL in rushing. I'm a huge part of this team. This $13 million a year is an insult. I want Zeke money. I want the big bucks. So
I
if
take
you're not going to give me that,
you got to reverse that, because
that's why I'm asking
Daniel Jones.
But that's why I'm asking: are you going to move Saquon, or are you going to know that you're going to have to pay him market value? Because $26 million 2 years, there's no fucking way he says yes to that.
I want both these guys.
He's not going to be loyal to the Giants just because they were
for the
decent.
next couple of years. Here's what you do then. Then you franchise Saquon. You give him his $13 million, whatever he's going to get, and let's sign Daniel Jones to a couple-year deal. And he's not getting $20 million a year. He's getting what he's worth. And you got to know, Daniel Jones, what you're worth for what you've shown. You are not a top 15 quarterback right now. You don't deserve to be paid. There should not be a $20 million. You should make $15 million a year at most. So sign him to a 2-3 year.
Move. I mean, there's no way you're getting Saquon
Barkley
cheap.
gets franchised.
Saquon is going to get the biggest contract a running back's ever gotten after this year, if he keeps playing the way he's playing.
Franchise Saquon, give Daniel Jones 3 years, and let's see what we can do with these draft picks next year. Build up some talent, acquire some fucking playmakers on the receiving side.
You need
even better at defense. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. People will buy a jersey for.
I don't mind the Tony move. This is not a guy that was producing for us. This is not. We gave nothing away besides a pick that they made in 2021. Fucking Gettleman. On another slot receiver that he got his cock hard for. So I don't know. This is not a move that I'm like, oh, this is a bad move. This is a move for both today and the future. It's not like we gave up a guy that's gonna like, oh shit, how are we gonna get to the fucking Super Bowl now? We probably weren't going, and this guy wasn't helping anyway. Mm-hmm. So I'm fine with it. But again, the NFC is up in the air because Aaron Rodgers sucks, or at least that team sucks. And Tom Brady, dude, Did you say that he got handed divorce papers today, Brandon? Is that what you read?
Per TMZ, the divorce is officially filed and it's happening.
Oh man. That
So he
explains
is
last
he
night,
is
dude.
yeah, he clearly has a lot of stuff going on
That
outside of
explains last
football.
night.
Well, also his skills have diminished. Mentally, he's not there. What got him through the last few seasons of playing still at a high level was that he was just so mentally tough. Now there are cracks in that, and you're seeing, the physical side is really, really bad. Like he looks like Big Ben, he looks like Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan at the end of their careers. He's not these overthrowing wide open guys in the end zone. He's skipping balls 2 yards short of guys wide open crossing. Like he should have been intercepted 2 or 3 times last night. He's lucky he wasn't. That could have been a much worse game than it actually was. They shouldn't have been in it. So the Tom Brady thing, I'm calling it. I was 2 years early, but it's here. He's done. There's no way he's coming back. He's just, you see him try to scramble last night, those couple of times where he tried to move out of the pocket.
Yeah, it didn't look very good. I feel like, I feel bad for the guy in the sense that like he kind of has been a winner his whole life, always betting on himself, always making the right move. And then for whatever reason, he got himself into a thing with his family this year that it fucked with the mental side, and he's been distracted. And unfortunately for him, the team that he has surrounded himself and bet another year of his life on is not a very good football team. They're not well coached. They don't have the best personnel, and he's not there 100% mentally. He's not. Even you can see his press conferences after.
Yeah.
He almost looks distracted there. Almost like he's like, not that he's trying to figure out what to say, but he's almost like trying to figure out trying to replay everything in his mind. Like how many different things must have gone wrong for this question to be asked it's a different Tom Brady than I've ever seen before. And
to his credit, I've never seen Mike Evans and Chris Godwin drop so many passes. The last few weeks, especially against Carolina, just the first drive of the game to see Mike Evans drop a wide open, well thrown ball that landed right here. There was no up or down. It was right here. They're not helping him. And it sucks. It sucks. But at the same time, he has been my nemesis, and I am fine that we are finally putting him out to pasture, and Lucas is not interrupting me to tell me that I'm wrong, because he sees it too. We all see it. Being said, he plays in probably the worst division in football, and there's still a chance
I was just about to say,
make a run, make the playoffs, win the division, and go 2 or 3 rounds deep, and even potentially go to the Super Bowl. That's how bad that division is.
Think about this. If you're Tom Brady, right? You're Tom Brady. You are going to limp into the playoff. Maybe. I mean, like they're the Vegas odds-on favorite to still win the division.
Yeah.
Now, I think Atlanta could make a case for it because Atlanta's got nothing to lose and they got a pretty easy schedule ahead of them. On paper, it looks pretty easy, but then again, they're probably looking at Atlanta like they're an easy fucking beat. But in any case, Atlanta's got an easier path. Carolina's tanking on purpose, almost. It's almost blatant. And who else is in that division? Who am I missing?
New Orleans, who
benched
sucks. Jameis Winston now because of performance.
So
Andy Dalton is the guy.
Which is something that Tom Brady's like, look, I'm not out of this yet, which is why you've got
Carolina. You got Carolina and Atlanta playing for first place this weekend. They're both 3-4. That's how bad stuff is in that division.
You'll probably be the division winner with the least amount of wins, so you'll have to play a wild card game against maybe the Giants. And then what? Next thing you know, you beat that team. You got to now beat who? Oh, a good team then. Then you got to beat either the Eagles or someone else. And next thing you know, you're fucking in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it's not unthinkable for that to happen, but it certainly did look like it last night because he looked like a person that was defeated and
Yeah.
almost admittingly so.
He's getting the ball out fast, but if he doesn't get the ball out fast, his line is not going to protect him, and he's not going to be able to get out of the way of the pass rush. So it's either get rid of it in a second and a half, or you're taking a sack.
And Aaron Rodgers is, I think he still has the talent. It's not they're different situations. He's got the arm, the talent. I don't think there's anything that's diminished too much. But either he's not communicating to the people, his own teammates, or they're not getting the message because no one seems to be on the same page. And even this week, it looks like even more because now you have no Alan Lazard, no Randall Cobb. He has to get a little more time from the offensive line to get on the same page with these receivers, which they don't give him. So he gets frustrated at them. He gets frustrated at the receivers. He's frustrated at everybody. It's making him look bad. And I don't see they don't run the ball. Like,
Jones had his best game last week, but it was all basically dump offs.
Yeah, it was dump offs at a couple passes or whatever. It's like, so they really aren't. I don't know what their identity is right now. And defensively, they're not even good. They were supposed to be a really good defense, or they're not even good. So but again, they're in a division where, look, Minnesota is, could Minnesota hang on? Are they for real? I mean, they could score points.
No, they're not for real.
No, so it's like the Packers could still go on and win this fucking thing.
Yeah,
but they got to get. I mean, they got to get off this fucking streak. What do they've lost? 3 games in a row? 4 games in a row?
I think 3, same as the Buccaneers.
And things don't look good this weekend. Here's the deal:
they're 11-point dogs right now, and it's the first time in Rodgers' career that he's ever been an underdog by double digits.
And there's a very specific reason, because they could get embarrassed, dude.
Yeah.
This has the makings of an embarrassment.
Buffalo's gotten pretty healthy. We're just not going to have. I think Spencer Brown is the only key injury, other than Tre'Davious White, who should return next week. But everyone else is getting healthy, and they're they got the week off. They got the extra week to prepare. They're going to annihilate this team. There's no doubt, short of a very unfortunate specific injury to maybe Josh Allen, there's no scenario, and even that, scenario.
I'm glad you said that.
I think Green Bay wins this game.
Let me say something about that. I'm glad you said that. This has been, in recent memory, one of the few years, I can't even remember the last time, where there has been so few good football teams in the NFL, correct?
Yeah.
There are, like we said a couple times,
there's like 3 great teams.
Yep.
And the rest are just whatever.
Is there anything, if you are, and I'm just going to pick the Buffalo Bills because they are probably the best of the 3 great teams. Is there anything to sort of not tanking, but almost playing the rest of the season a la preseason? Your starters come out, they get the fucking big lead, and next thing you know, you got the second team in for the rest of the game, regardless of win, lose, or draw, just based on health alone, knowing that you're going to get to the playoffs. Obviously, you want that home field advantage, especially against Kansas City, I guess, maybe. But I would just say, like, the only way, if I'm Buffalo, I'm thinking right now, really the only way I'm not going to win a Super Bowl mentally, the way I should think about things, is if I lose to Kansas City in the AFC Championship or Philadelphia in the Super Bowl. There are no other teams or situations where I should actually lose these fucking games. Mm-hmm. And by the way, I should win both of those games. Not handily, but pretty. I'm a much better team than both of those teams.
Yeah. So
and it's almost like the week after week, I know these guys are fucking, they want to go out there and play, but like week after week, it's like you're just rolling the dice more and more times to kind of go, like you said, a significant injury to Josh Allen would be beyond devastating, like beyond for Buffalo for football, but beyond, like it would be beyond.
But I still think, if it is Josh and it's not season ending, it's just like, he's knocked out of the game or he misses a few weeks. Case Keenum is decent enough that they will still compete with the team that they have, because they're a very good football team everywhere, not just a quarterback. Quarterback's obviously what carries the team, but they would find a way. And I think they would still, with the schedule they have, they would compete and they would probably win more often than not. It just wouldn't be a blowout like it would be with Josh with some of these teams. But that's the only way that Green Bay has a chance this week is if Josh gets hurt.
What would be a
no other
record that
scenario
you would be comfortable with, that you would say we're sitting Josh Allen and we're playing
once
Thompson?
the one seed Case Keenum. Once the
Keenum?
one seed's locked up, but I don't think
It has to be the one seed.
There's been enough. You guys are talking about, there's so much analytics in football now, and there's so much data that shows that benching guys for 2 weeks that get the bye week in the playoffs, it isn't effective. So I think
I'm
still
not
play
saying
them for like
effective
the
as far
first
as
half.
rest and getting him healthy. I'm just saying, like, not taking football fucking hits in real games where guys want to kill you.
You still play the first half. Like if you have everything locked up and it's week 18, you're still going to play him in the first half for maybe a few series, maybe not the whole half, but he's still taking reps. He's still getting, because then he takes another week off if he has
I'm just saying, like, I think that this year the difference is there's a lot less luck that goes involved. You used that most years you got to get pretty fucking lucky at some point. You got to stay healthy. You got to get the right matchups. The years the Giants won, they got the right guys in at the right time. This seems like, no. We don't really need luck this year. We are a much better football team than almost everybody else. What we have to do is stay healthy and be playing great when we need to play great. And, it's tough to do that. You got an extra week this year, an extra game. It's just, it's just a thought that I had, because again, like, the Giants are not in the same boat. We are a team that has to play every week.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Josh gets rest if they're still competing for the one seed. I think that's what's most important, and they'll just go, we'll rest on that bye week. But we want that
you
home
lock the
game
one
against
seed up.
Kansas City.
You got to.
Yeah.
Obviously you guys want to go.
If it's week 16 and they've locked it up and they still have 2 more games, I still really think that Josh will go out and play a couple of series, keep his rhythm, get some reps, and then they'll pull him. He wouldn't play those whole games, which will suck for anyone who has him in fantasy. But if they need to compete, they're going to continue to compete until they lock up the one seed. Yeah. And if they know that they're not going to get the one seed, I think it's still the same thing. He's going to go in for a few reps, and then they'll pull him and save him for the playoffs. I mean, they're not afraid to pull him. They've pulled him twice so far this year in blowouts. So he basically didn't play the second half against, was it Tennessee, or was that, what game was that? I think it was Tennessee. He just basically didn't play the third quarter.
I would absolutely hope that he's not playing in games that are fucking decided already, because I mean, that's just.
Yeah, they've already shown he's not going to be.
It's, this is not a year of like, oh, there's a couple teams that could win it this year. It's like, no, there's only one or two.
They're the guys.
One of them. So,
and they know they're the guys.
So
we just got to stay healthy.
The guys, we're the fucking guys. We're the guys that pick winners.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm so happy about this. Last week was like it was so wide open to me that I looked at those games and I said, how do you not see the fucking light here? The Giants and the Jets are both going to win, and they both fucking won.
It was shocking, but the Jets came at a price.
Well, the Jets came at a price if you're a Jets fan, not if you're a fan of gambling and covering the spread and the money line, which I said that they were both going to fucking do. So congratulations, Lucas. I'm glad we got to make you some cash last week. We really only had to sweat out the Giant game, but I don't even know what was the final score of the Giant game. Were they up by 3 or 4?
No, I got it right here. You won by 6, but that was
so even
with
if
Jacksonville catching it. Christian Kirk was this far away from putting that ball over.
No. I know that, but we took them +3, right? Or did we take them on the money line?
We took them
money line.
Taking them on the money line.
Oh, we did. Okay, great.
Yeah, there was. I think you threw the word pussy out there.
Okay.
and
All right. Well, you are a
piece
pussy.
of,
I'm glad I did.
shit and
Good.
other things.
Good. And look what happened, pussy. We made money.
Yeah.
So this week is a little more murky, if I'm being honest. So I haven't really seen that much this week. But out of all three of those games, I feel like everything we said happened. We looked fucking smart as shit this past week. We look like we know what the fuck we're talking about. Even you did, Brenton.
Yeah, San Francisco's defense had no chance in that game.
So that makes me 6-1 on the season, just like my New York Giants. 6-1 on my games. Really 7-1 if you count, because we only put in one game last week. We didn't put the Jets and the Giants in. We only took the Jets, right?
No, we took the Giants.
We took the Giants. Yeah, okay. Brenton wanted to take the fucking Jets like a pussy. But yeah, no. So I'm really 7-1. So it's running hot here. We are running hot. Brenton is our, the weight that carries us to the bottom of the
I think I'm
water
like 3-4 on the year.
That's terrible. That's
It's
losing.
salvageable.
People have lost their homes, people have lost their cars, their marriages, and their relationships and families.
Well, then don't tell me. That's not my problem.
I'm 3-4. I'm 3-4. I'm trying to keep people together, dude. I'm trying to keep families together. I'm trying to get Christmas presents.
Anyone who's listening to this that's putting more than $50 on our parlay bet is a fucking moron.
I've put over 150 grand every single week on what we talked about.
Don't bet what Steve's betting on these games. Don't bet on Little League Baseball. What are you doing?
Can I be honest with you guys? I'm going to be very honest right now. I haven't put a single dollar on any of the bets we made. Do you know why? Because I know as soon as I do, then I'm more invested than what I thought I was, and I'm going to lose. I'm going to mush it. So I would rather not make money and have you guys make money than think I'm going to make money, fuck it up for everybody, and nobody makes money. Does that make sense?
That makes sense from the guy who thought he won the lottery because he got a nice letter in the mail.
I still have that letter. I still have the check. And if you want it, I should have brought it with me last time we did the fucking show. I want to give it away on the air. Well, next time we give away, we'll do it on the air. I'll give away my 10th. I'll even endorse it if you want to steal the money. Let's get to the Yankees before I get to my picks. Okay?
Just go easy on them.
Go easy on them.
Go easy on them. They had a good season. No need to fire Boone. Boone did the best he could with what he had.
Yep. Boone did the best of everyone. You can point positives at everyone. You can definitely point. Well, first of all, let's start from this last week. We did the show. I think we did it on a Wednesday. They hadn't even played yet. It was Wednesday, or maybe we did it on a Thursday. I don't remember. Maybe they won one game and they lost. I don't know. But all I know is that there was still optimism. There was still there was no thoughts of sweep. There was still thought of we're competitive. We can possibly hang with this fucking team. Well, it quickly became apparent that we can't, because again, in situations, big situations, Aaron Boone went to people that were not only unreliable, but just not ready for the moment. You have a guy that's been on the disabled list. I'm sorry, not disabled, the injured list, whatever it is. I don't want anyone. Don't cancel me, please. On the injured list for 2 months for a broken foot. Okay. Matt Carpenter. And yeah, he had a magical season. And yes, it's an amazing story. And yes, he is a great hitter in Yankee Stadium, especially with the short right porch. But, in April, he was available to everyone, and for a reason. Because the best years of Matt Carpenter are gone. They're diminished. It's over. So, yeah, okay. He came in, and first games with the Yankees, he came in and he had a great weekend, and it was off to the races. He had 15 home runs and 50 games or whatever. All right, great. But then he got injured for 2 fucking months. And now you want him to come back and put him in a lineup against Justin Verlander and the Astros bullpen. And then you go 0 for 4 with 4 Ks, and then you're going to go back to the same fucking guy? This is the playoffs are what have you done for me lately? This is not, what do the numbers say over a fucking, a span of this much time, or this is no. It's what did you do for me today? That is why Harrison Bader goes from 6th in the lineup to 1st in the lineup, because he is hitting the ball. We need people that are going to hit the ball. We need them to be up more times than the people that are not going to hit the fucking ball. And let's talk about Harrison Bader for a second. Unbelievable defender. Fucking ridiculous, dude. Dive out, but in the fucking third game, when you need him to make a pop fly catch in center field for the third out of the first inning, after a really great 6-pitch fucking performance by your ace, you drop it. That goes back to what I was saying before. You don't have to be the best over the course of the whole fucking season. You just got to do your job when it's most important for you to do your fucking job. That's what it is. There's a reason why people get fired in entertainment. You know, you get fired at the table read. A lot of people get fired. I don't know if this still happens anymore, but I remember my first table read, first job I ever got. I sat down at table read, and this guy, Kurt Fuller, who's a great actor, he turned to me and he goes, "Hey, you know someone's going to get fired here?" I go, "What are you talking about? Get fired?" He goes, "Yes, somebody's going to get fired here today." I go, "Dude, please don't talk to me anymore." I go, "You're making me nervous, number one. But number two is what I don't understand." I go, "We all just auditioned. Like, we had to audition for a casting director, then audition for the producers, then go in and audition for the studio. They all said yes. Then you got to go to the network. The network people say yes. These are all the people that we have said yes to. We were going to sit down at a table, eat breakfast, and read the script, not act it out, not get up, not move around. Literally read the script, and then probably they're going to fire someone based off the fact that when you hear it out loud, this thing didn't sound right. After all those yeses, all those "you're the fucking best," you can still get axed on the way to your fucking car. Your agent calls you up. "Hey, bad news. What just happened at the table read?" "I don't know. I read what I read. I did it all the way I just did it the whole time." "Oh, well, that they're letting you go." What the fuck? What did I do? It's right up to the moment accountability. If you can't do it in the moment we need you, when it's like action, sound roll action, then you're fucked. Who cares how good you are in the audition or when you have your own time? It doesn't matter, dude. We need it now. In this moment, we need it. And so the Yankees showed up zero times, at zero big moments. Any opportunity presented to have a moment where we go, "No, we're taking this series back," they fucking buckled. And it was for a lot of reasons. Number one, okay, let's talk about all the fucking excuses they had. The first game was the roof was open, and some of those pitches, Luis Severino, some of those pitches, the Alex Bregman home run wouldn't have gone out. It was only 91 exit velo. Exit velo? Talk about exit velo. Oh, and Aaron Judge's was 110 exit velo, and it only went to the corner of the wall. That would have been out of Yankee Stadium. Well, who gives a fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I knew we were fucked. I knew it, dude. When I started hearing excuses about the roof being open and exit velo, I go, this team is fucked. They're going out there with the same 1 through 6 guys in the lineup, even though their first hitter, your arch nemesis, hasn't fucking hit a goddamn ball all in the It was 0 for the postseason, and they still went out there and put him out there every fucking game. The Yankees got beat by 8 guys in the lineup, not even 9, 8 fucking guys. You know why? Because the 9 guy hits a 2-run home run. The 8 guy gets a second and third 2-out hit to the fucking wall to score 2 runs. Not K. I see Donaldson, Cabrera, and Torres coming up. I go, fuck. K. Let's get to another excuse. We were injured. Yeah, we could have used more professional hitters. The Yankees did not have enough, and they never have enough professional hitters. They have enough guys that over the course of a 162-game season will produce lights out numbers and look great on paper. But they don't have situational professional hitters. Put the ball in play. Forward, first and third, 1 out. That cannot be a strikeout. Not in the playoffs. Put the ball in play. Put the pressure on the defense. K. Benintendi is a professional hitter, injured. LeMahieu would have been a professional hitter and could have been a leadoff guy, injured. That's bad luck. Okay, we'll give you a little bit of that. But then he moves to the decision-making process. And now you get to Aaron Boone, who to put what in where, this and that. I'm feeling like either this guy is being told, he's given a piece of paper before every game. Here are the players you're allowed to play, and here are the players you are not allowed to play for whatever reason. Here's what the numbers guys say. Either something has to happen, because if you believe in Boone and you're going to keep him, then nothing is going to change as to how the game is managed. So how are you going to get better? I'm not blaming it all on Boone. But I believe that he was never a manager before he got hired. He was given a job because he's great with the media. Even though, he's been under a lot of pressure, he's been good with the media. And he seems to be a real players manager. That's the kind of style he's taken. He supports his players to the very end, even when there are 0 for fucking 8 in the playoffs with 8 strikeouts. He will support them. Okay, great. But if you're going to keep that and you're going to have this guy run number guys out there every day, then you got to change the number guys. Then the guys cranking the numbers out, someone's got to change. Something has got to change, because we're not even like, it's not like you're like, oh, we're a fucking pitcher away or, one power hitter away. We're not even close to the Astros. Not even close. Not even close. They got arm after arm after arm after arm coming out of their bullpen. They're all homegrown. They're all guys that came up through the system. Everybody's got analytics. Everybody's got numbers people on their payroll now. But some people must be better than others, because they hit with the dome open. They, with the roof open. They hit at Yankee Stadium. They pitched. They had big moments. They came back in games. They didn't blow leads when they had them. They didn't even play perfectly. They made errors, but we couldn't capitalize. And to say it's disappointing, I mean, it's almost like if they lost to the Guardians, Aaron Boone probably would have lost his job. To me, getting swept by the Astros, it's almost just as bad as losing to the Guardians. If we lost Game 5, what's the difference? All I did was go to Game 4, pay more money for tickets than I should have paid, and disappointed, watch the fucking disappointing result. And it sucks. And I don't even know, because now you got Cashman, who doesn't have a contract. So you're going to get rid of him? Maybe. Who are you going to bring in? Who's he going to negotiate? Who are they going to negotiate with? When are going to people, people are going to start talking to Aaron Judge pretty soon. The moment the World Series is over, it's fucking, the floodgates open up. It's all, everyone's available then. So it's go time. And I just don't even see how we can get much better. We got Donaldson next year. Who's going to take Donaldson off our hands after this? Now, yeah, he played a good third base. Great. He played a really above average defensive third base, but he played a below average hitter. So it's a wash. And now you owe the guy $25 million next year. Gleyber Torres striking out with a man on second base, 2 outs in the 8th inning of a 1-run game. I swear to God, if I see pictures of Gleyber Torres on a boat next week in Puerto Rico with his family celebrating, I promise you I'm going to lose my fucking mind, because that's what I believe that we have right now. We have guys that when they walk out, it doesn't upset them. It doesn't bother them. They go home, they live their lives, and then we'll try again next year. Give me 25 guys who can't even fucking stand up. can't talk to their families, can't eat. I think Judge is one of those guys. Surround me with those guys. Not better luck next year, guys. So, as of right now, that's exactly how I feel about the Yankees. Do you think I'm overreacting? Do you think I'm underreacting?
No, you're actually pretty mellow compared to some of the fans I've heard ranting about them. And I just look, Gleyber Torres hasn't posted anything on Instagram since October 12th. So
I'm just saying, dude,
it's a
these
good
guys
thing.
get over these losses bad. Like this should be this.
Oh, it should be
This
eating
was
away at them.
embarrassing.
But let me
This should
ask,
be-
because my baseball, you know, like it peaked. I only played Division III college for a little bit, and let me ask you, because this is coming from a place of ignorance. Seeing the types of shifts that Houston was giving the Yankee batters, why didn't they make even the slightest adjustment and try to either bunt or take a step back in the box and go the other way when there was just these glaring holes? And to your point, put the ball in play and not just be striking out with guys in scoring positions. I just, that was baffling to me, that as professionals,
Again, I'm
no
not
adjustments
a smart man.
were made whatsoever. I don't get it. And I know
I'm
it's got to be
not a
something that I'm not
smart-
thinking of, but
I'm
don't
not,
hit into
I'll tell
the
you
strength
why.
of the defense.
I'll tell you why, dude. I will tell you why. Okay. It literally is all comes down to analytics. It literally comes down to analytics. You look at a situation, you're down a run in the 7th inning, right? And Matt Carpenter's coming up. Yesterday, he went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Today, he's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, facing the same pitcher that struck him out 3 fucking times, right? Now he comes up, you're down by a run. This is a hypothetical situation. You're down by a run, but it could possibly be fucking true based on what we just witnessed. You're down by a run. He's the leadoff guy. The shift is on the way they do the Astros do it. They put Altuve basically in short right field. Everyone else on there, and there's literally not a human being on the left side of the field.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even, Matt Carpenter steps into the box and doesn't even look at the third base coach. Do you know why? Because he is not bunting. He is not doing anything. He's not doing that. He knows
why?
it. Why? Because the numbers say, right, that he has a better chance of hitting a home run and tying the game up than throwing a bunt down, getting on first base, and seeing what happens after that, trying to manufacture a home run. That's literally what the numbers say. But the sample size is over the course of 162. It doesn't account for the fact that this guy is 0 for fucking 7 with 7 strikeouts and doesn't look like he knows how to swing a baseball bat.
Yep.
This is not a guy. We're not playing the Texas Rangers in the middle of fucking July with a middle reliever that's, trying to make a team. These are the best of the best. These are the bullpens that have the killers. These are the guys you're going against. And if you're going to sit there and go, well, the numbers say, well, then I don't know what to do. Like, then it's like, then you're playing a video game. Go play a video game.
We shouldn't even play the games. Just simulate it on a computer, and that's the result. I didn't get it. It wasn't just with Carpenter. There were a few guys. The shifts were insane, and there was just no effort made to get base runners. It was just frustrating. And it's obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about. I haven't played baseball at that level. I don't understand the analytics. I'm just looking at what I see, and I'm going, why not just take a half step back in the box, wait a half second on your pitch, keep your hands inside, and put it the other way like Jeter would have done.
I just tweeted out. I didn't tweet it out. Sent an Instagram.
Are you back on Twitter? Because Elon Musk bought it?
No, maybe Elon can get me back.
Yeah, he might get you back on. I'll shoot Elon a text right now.
MLB sent out a thing about Derek Jeter talking about. He's like, I wasn't good enough to guess on pitches, so I just looked for a fastball down the middle every single time, and I just try to go center field, right center field with that pitch, no matter what came every time. That's it. Now, again, I know I'm sound old, and the numbers help a lot. They show you where your deficiencies are and where you can help things are. And next year, you know what? The Astros won't be able to make that shift. Now you got to have everybody on the infield. You got to have.
I was thinking about that too.
Base. But again, what
legally,
I'm saying is,
you can't do it. It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be different. So I'm not saying that like things next year won't be different. That that will, but yeah, that's the difference, dude. The difference is the teams that I watched in the 90s and the 2000s that, like we didn't have guys that came up and it was like, oh, this is what this guy does. This is what this guy does. If that guy came up and this was a situation in the 90s when Joe Torre was managing and it was like, I know, granted, we didn't have analytics back then, but it was like, okay, I don't care, player X in that situation. You've had a tough time. We're going to, and they're going to throw everybody on one side of the field. Well, we're going to put the ball on the side of the field that no one's on. Mm-hmm. Scott Brocious would throw a bunt down to the left, to the third base side. Slap the ball the other way. Anthony Rizzo is a professional hitter. The guy is a professional. He goes after the ball and tries to put it where the ball is placed. Plus, he's crafty, dude. He'll get hit by the pitch. He gets on base.
Mm-hmm. That's all Brad Pitt wants. He just wants you to get on base.
It's so fucking frustrating. And I honestly, I feel like I don't know what can make us better. Even I don't know what can make us better. I mean, is it luck? It's sometimes when it feels like luck and everybody's healthy, then it's great. This year taught me like you're never as high as you think you are, and we're not like we're like, oh shit, how are we going to make the playoffs next year? We're going to be a competitive team, but I just don't know what closes that gap.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. All right, let's get to some let's get to some picks for football. Because like I said, last week, it was like a crystal ball open up wide to me. I had so many thoughts and ideas. This week, it's a little
no thoughts, no
more
ideas.
Murky. I have thoughts and ideas, but it's a little more murky this week.
I feel pretty good about my pick.
All right. Well, I guess if you want to start, you go for it and give us your explanation of where you're going with.
I am going to Indianapolis. I'm going to bet on Shaq Leonard returning for this defense and making them the defense we thought they were going to be. I know that Sam Ehlinger is now going to be the starting quarterback, but the dude is a gunslinger, and he's going to play like kind of like a Daniel Jones. He can take off and run, and he's going to throw it up there, and he's really going to use Pittman. And they're going to lean on, for the first time this year, they're going to lean on Jonathan Taylor a hell of a lot more. I don't see Washington being able to go in and win that game. And give me the Colts -3. I'm getting plus odds on that, plus 100 at home.
I got a -2.5. But yeah, I mean,
well, they're -3, but I mean the odds, the betting odds are plus 100.
Oh,
for -3. So give me that all day.
Yeah, I think Sam Ehlinger. How do you say his name?
Ehlinger.
Sam Elliott.
Oh, maybe it's Ehlinger. Yeah, I like Sam Elliott.
A little more mobile, a little more get out of the, move around a little bit.
That's been Matt Ryan's problem, is he's a statue.
Yeah. And I like the way what's his name handled it though. Reich was like, look, we promised this guy a good, strong offensive line and the best running and team in the league, and we, so far we haven't produced. So yeah, he took ownership of it. It was but he's going to lose his job.
He's going to lose his job because you gave the guy $27 million, and now he's going to be riding the bench. So he's definitely losing his job. That being said, if Shaq Leonard comes back and this defense even looks like an inkling of what it was last season, this team's going to go on a run, and that division, that's another one. It's still wide open. Tennessee is a mediocre team that just has a great coach that plays up, but they're not a good football team. They're one-sided with Henry. If Henry gets hurt, like, what the fuck is that team going to do? And this is the week, I think, we see Malik Willis, because Tannehill was still in a walking boot, last I heard. So, I think the Colts can still win the division. The Jaguars were very exciting for the first 3-4 games of the year, and they've been playing worse and worse every week since. So, maybe Frank pulls this out of his ass and he doesn't get fired, and Ehlinger is the guy that does it for him.
Dude, how many fucking teams are just looking to back their way into the playoffs?
It's basically all of them. I mean,
It's unbelievable.
look at how good the Bengals have looked the last few weeks. And if they still play at that level without Jamar Chase, who's going to be gone for 4 to 6, not the whole
We'll
season,
see.
which is good, but they're playing like the Super Bowl team they were last year. And if they keep playing like that, I mean, it's going to be very interesting between them, Kansas City, and Buffalo. But everyone else
Speaking
is just
of,
like,
I think a team that's going to go, well, my pick this week, and the team that's going to go on a run starting this week is the Las Vegas Raiders.
love the Raiders.
They again, like, go back to my point. They've lost 4 games by a total of like 16 or 17 points. So they are competitive in every game. The coaching, I believe in Derek Carr, and Devonta Adams will eventually do what we thought they were going to do, or have a run at which they look like they were going to do it. So I think they win by, at least, obviously I got it at -1, but I think they beat the Saints, who knows what the Saints are going to be. So I think the Raiders win by a decent amount, and I think they go on a run too. This could be the first of a couple weeks in a row.
Jacobs was limited yesterday, but
yeah, I'm not really worried about Jacobs either. They'll find somebody else to run the ball, but I think that overall they're gonna get their shit together this week and start to play much, much better. Unfortunately, I think my other game would have been the Seahawks possibly beating the Giants. I think, like I said, this could be our week of vulnerability. It's a couple weeks of
I disagree.
traveling, but we'll see.
I
mean, look,
disagree.
again, where my heart is.
Yeah.
But I'm giving you my level-headed opinion this week. So
DK Metcalf is not going to play. That is huge for that defense. You can load the box up a little bit more, and put a little pressure on Geno Smith.
It's
just
a
got to stop
tough
Kenneth
place
Walker.
To play.
I mean, you're not going to get burned by Goodwin. That's who you had to replace Metcalf with.
By the way,
Marquise Goodwin, and he's not going to burn you.
Goodwin's would be the number 1 receiver on our team. So let's
absolutely he would be, but he's not DK Metcalf.
No,
DK Metcalf is not human.
But I do believe it's a tough place to play. Daniel Jones will have a little bit of an issue with the sound and hearing and stuff like that.
Seahawks can't stop the run.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully, could be.
Barkley's going to eat. They're going to have to spy Daniel Jones, or he's going to get 100 yards. I actually I didn't like the Giants last week going to Jacksonville. I like the Giants going to Seattle.
All right. Well, we're on different pages, but I like the page that you're on. But I want the game. I want the Las Vegas game. So
yeah, we'll take that.
I wanted to be on record.
That's more secure.
Giants. Yeah. Lucas, how you feeling?
I feel good. Give me the Buffalo Bills.
Wow. And you want the 11?
I want the 11. I see the line is 47.5. Buffalo's going to score way more than that.
Can we move it to the alt line at 10? 11.5 makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Or 11, excuse me. I want to move it down to 10. That only shifts it from -110 to -130. And it could be a situation like Steve was, referencing earlier, where they get a 2-score lead and then just pull Josh and Green Bay, or maybe they get a 3-score lead and they pull Josh and Green Bay gets some garbage time points. I like 10 more than I like the 11.
Yeah. So you think that there's a better chance of the Packers backing into 10 points than
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, I think you're a pussy, but 11 and 10's fine with me.
The Bills will probably win this game by 28 points, but I don't want us to get fucked by just Aaron Rodgers fucking over all the bettors.
Okay. Makes sense to me, dude.
It's not a lot. We're not paying a lot for that.
The Saturday, November 5th, I will be at Rhythm City Casino in Davenport, Iowa, 2 shows. And then the following weekend, I will be in the Addison Improv in Addison, Texas, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Tickets at steverenazizi.com. Then you got Bananas in New Jersey, first week in December, Chicago, second week in December, Louisville, the New Year's Eve weekend. And that's what I got for the rest of the year. steverenazizi.com for tickets.
I'm going to be in Chicago November 11th and 12th with Ryan Sickler at Zany's. I think you can
Oh,
get
nice. Which
tickets on.
you guys doing, downtown or
I think you can
Oh,
get
nice. Which
tickets on.
you guys doing, downtown or Rosemont? Do you know?
I think Rosemont. But go to
Great.
ryansickler.com and figure that out. I'm
I
trying to do
expect you to
this on my
tell every
phone now.
single person to come see me and the following month.
Oh, absolutely, I will.
Lucas, any pop culture shit we missed this week or what?
Tom Brady divorce. That's it. It's the big
Tom
news.
Brady. I really can't believe that's a pretty quick divorce. It can't be official. There's no way they split up all those assets in, what has it been, 3 weeks since this shit broke? 4 weeks?
If you really hate somebody, I think you could.
And they
I mean,
have
there's
money.
a lot. Yeah, I guess. No one's going away broke or poor. No one's really going to
Yeah.
fight. But I mean, there's always a fight. This cannot be this amicable. Nothing dissolves this quickly amicably.
Is she still worth more than him?
Oh yeah,
I mean, who knows?
I think she is.
I mean, at one point she was making 35 a year. So who knows if she made that for 8 years and put that into gave it to the right people? She could be, fucking. Now she doesn't have the TB12 brand and she doesn't like own Victoria's Secret. He probably owns more businesses than she does. So I don't know how that stuff gets split up. But as far as like money in, money out, they're probably pretty even.
I just want to see if he can get alimony.
Oh, that would be great if he had to pay her. If she had to pay him.
Yeah. Especially if she initiated the divorce.
I mean, but I think I don't know if Florida, where they got married, but usually no fault states, it's just a 50-50 split, regardless of who brought in what and who gave what. That's it. But yeah, it would be nice to have that go the other way.
Yeah.
Okay,
One
here we
for our
go.
side.
So we have the Raiders -1, the Colts -3, and the Bills -10. $50 is going to get us 287.77.
Dude, let's just keep the momentum going. All right. That's a lot of money. That's a good return on investment. People are making money with us, and they will continue to make money this week. Anything else anyone wants to add?
I would, I'll throw this in. Steve,
Go
this
ahead.
might be the time to buy Dogecoin right before Elon officially takes over Twitter.
Oh, I'm
and
glad
it
you
goes to
brought
the
that.
moon.
I'm glad you brought that up. Dogecoin, that's not even what I want to talk about. If for some reason the Phillies beat the Astros in the World Series, just know that I will be moving on. I'm taking all my money out of the stock market. I'm sure you guys have heard about this whole thing, but the last couple times the Phillies won the World Series, the stock market or something happened like horrifically in the world. Like 2009 or 8, they won the World Series, and then like a month later, the whole financial crisis happened. The time before that, I don't remember when it was, but something happened, like World War II broke out like the next day or something like that. So if the Phillies do, I'm not this between like what I've heard about the different financial people I follow, my kind of like skittish on the market right now, and then this coming down, if this happens, I'm like, because at that point you're like, what are you, stupid, dude? Come on. So go Phillies. I'm rooting for the Phillies 100%. But
Well, it sounds like you're rooting against the world then.
No, I know that like if it's like this time next week and they're up like 3-1, there's no joke. I'm freezing every asset I have. So just saying. And we've been on a little bit of a run the last couple of weeks, a week or so. So
yeah.
But overall, I'm just saying it's historically not a good thing if the Phillies win the World Series. But
good to know.
Anyway, all right, that's it. That's the podcast for this week. Happy Halloween to everyone. I hope you have a great weekend and good trick-or-treating. Tonight I have 25 8th graders coming over my house, so
Jesus.
Pray for me. I go, what do you want me to provide? This is what the list I was given. Arizona iced teas, a Bluetooth speaker, and pizza. And I was like, okay, I can do that.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Although, how many Arizona iced teas for 25? You got to get like 2 each, 3 each. That's a lot of iced tea to And those big cans, that's a lot of iced tea to carry around.
We Amazon 5 cases of Arizona iced
Jesus
teas.
Christ.
Yeah. And then the downstairs refrigerator, the one that's like the extra fridge, we wheeled it into the room that they're going to be in. So everything is going to be contained into that one room. And I mean,
you're just going to lock the door?
Well, I don't even know what they do. I don't. I can't wait to kind of see what. Like I've seen them. Like I hang out in like small groups.
Is it all boys or mixed company?
It's going to be some chicks, I think.
Oh man, yeah.
I believe there will be some ladies. So we'll see. You know, we will see. And most of them have now found the league. So I am very popular amongst the football team, my son's football team. So, you know, I'm not going to be around. I don't want to go down there, but like at some point, I'm sure they're going to like want me to come down and say hello.
Dress as your character from the league.
No.
Be a hero.
But what I will do is I want to check out the vibe. Like, do you think there's no drugs? I said there's no drugs. And they go, no, that's not even on their radar. But I bet you people will make out.
Yeah.
And I've got the Ring camera set up everywhere.
They've all seen Euphoria.
Oh my God. I'm not ready for this. Jonah's going to be at the window just staring down. I go, you're not, you dude. He goes, I'm going to the party. I go, you're not going to the party. You're watching game 1 of the World Series with me upstairs. I don't even think I'm going to be able to watch the World Series because I work off of Wi-Fi and I'm going to have 25 fucking 14-year-olds sucking off my Wi-Fi tit downstairs. Mm-hmm. So I barely will have, I'm going to have dial-up tonight. All right, that's it. Let's get the fuck out of here. I got to get ready for this fucking extravaganza. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and we'll check you guys next week.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Thank you very much for joining me. How you been? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Steve Renazizi. I'm the guy.